The second practice we'd like to invite you to participate in is accountability partnership. These guidelines have been adapted from Adele Calhoun's Spiritual Disciplines Handbook and from a guide found on 247prayer.com. So if you'd like to have an accountability partner, begin by asking God to bring someone to mind. An accountability partner doesn't have to be older and wiser than you, but simply should be someone you love and trust deeply. He or she simply needs to share the desire to cooperate with the Holy Spirit in the process of transformation. When a name comes to mind, approach that person with your desire. Decide how often you'll meet together. Have an intentional conversation about how you want your relationship to become a place where you can bare your souls to one another. The central ingredients for this time of relationship and ongoing conversation are accountability, wisdom, and encouragement. This type of practice takes an obvious, healthy dose of vulnerability for it to work. So as you've now established the boundaries for your relationship, then become comfortable opening up your heart to your trusted friend. Step out of your shell of invulnerability. Connect with the common human brokenness of your brother or sister. Share with them and pray together. You can begin by sharing your stories, temptations, and desired areas of growth. Pray for each other. While vulnerability and openness are wonderful and endearing gifts, it's important to be wise with the practice of confession too. Sometimes, with the best of intentions and earnest desire to be pure of heart, we can naively share things that it might have been better not to. Firstly, we need to be sure we're confessing to the right person. Will they maintain confidentiality? Are they mature enough to be able to hear what I need to tell them? It's also vitally important as a general rule of thumb that men are confessing with men and women with women. We don't want to kid ourselves into thinking we won't get drawn into emotional ties or worse, particularly when we're connecting over issues of the heart. Secondly, we need to ask ourselves if our confession is going to cause more distress or embarrassment to the person. If we're in doubt about this, we should talk to someone who we know is wise and receive their advice. Thirdly, we might need to grow to realize that there are some things that we can just take to God in confession. Sometimes those of us who have a tender conscience feel the need to spill our heart out every day to others, even if we're not sure whether it's sin we are confessing or not. Don't allow this kind of therapy to become a substitute for receiving forgiveness from Jesus, the source of all forgiveness and cleansing. We hope that the practice of this discipline will lead to a richness in new relationships, authenticity, and connection through the Spirit.